quand nous on avait assez de dormir et de couver, il partait nager. Et Roy se mit à couver à sa place. Ils se relayaient, chacun leur tour, pour trouver le caillou. Mais rien n'arriva. Bah oui, parce qu'un caillou, c'est pas un mal.
It's really important to remember we are all different, aren't we?
Yes.
And it's good to like ourselves for
what makes us different to each other. Can you all put your thinking caps on? I want you to think, if you can, about one thing that you really like about yourself.
I think it's important that there's a role model for the kids who are different. In every class there's going to be a girl who's a tomboy, a boy who likes running around in a Princess Elsa dress, and it's about showing them that it's fine, they can be different, they don't have to conform to gender stereotype norms.
I think the most important thing about Drag Queen Storytime is the ability for somebody who is a stranger to the children, somebody from outside the setting, and come in and really represent the story very well, and tell it very well, and tell it in a very different way. And that's a very important thing about Drag Queen Storytime. So a different kind of person that comes in, and it's inclusive, and they focus heavily on the literacy and the immersive theatricality of telling the story. And there are things that revolve around that, so there's issues around tolerance and kindness and representing your community. But at the heart of it, it's about how you tell a story and having somebody slightly different telling a story.
And I think it's important that the parents get involved as well, because I think prejudice is something that's learnt. You don't grow up with that, so I think it's nice that parents can see that this is a fun, engaging, stimulating, positive experience for the kids to learn about difference and tolerance and kindness.
Well, I'm not even talking about social context. I'm just trying to start by getting to the truth, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really uncomfortable with that language of like getting to the truth. Again, in social life.
Why is that uncomfortable?
Because it sounds actually deeply transphobic to me. And if you keep probing, we're going to stop the interview.
If I probe about what the truth is?
You keep invoking the word truth, which is condescending and rude. I'm saying to you...
How is the word truth condescending and rude?
Why don't you tell me what your truth is, and you're walking on 30 seconds more of thin ice before I get up.
At what age does the medical transition begin with medication?
So medical affirmation begins when the patient says they're ready for it. So that could be a kiddo who is just starting puberty and panicking because they're getting breast buds or their penis is getting bigger and busier and they're worried about all kinds of masculine changes. And that way, puberty blockers, which are completely reversible and don't have permanent effects, are wonderful because we can put that pause on puberty. Just like if you were listening to music, you put the pause on and we stop the blockers and puberty would go right back to where it was. The next note in the song just delayed that period of time.
You can just pause puberty.
No, you can't.
And then pick it up?
No, you can't.
In the future?
No, you can't. How many studies do they have, long-term studies, on hormone blockers with children? None.
I just spoke a month or two ago with a mother whose 14-year-old daughter was put on blockers. They discovered after 2 years, this 14-year-old girl has osteoporosis. That's something that like old women get.
How can doctors assure parents that a certain medicine is totally safe if, based on what you're saying, they can't possibly know that?
How can they be removing the healthy breasts of 15-year-old girls? How can they be sterilizing kids? How can this whole thing be happening, Matt?
Male gametes. That's what makes me male.
No, your sperm don't make you male.
Then what does?
It's a constellation.
In reality, in truth, okay?
Whose truth are we talking about?
The same truth that says we're sitting in this room right now, you and I.
No, you're not listening.
If I see a chicken laying eggs and I say that's a female chicken laying eggs, did I assign female or am I just observing a physical reality that's happening in the world?
Does a chicken have gender identity? Does a chicken cry?
Well,
Does a chicken commit suicide? Let's
What does that have to do
frame
with-
it, because you're trying
The chicken has sex like any
a
biological
chicken has
organism.
an assigned gender, but a chicken doesn't have a gender identity.
So we assign female to chickens when they lay eggs?
We assume they're female if they lay eggs.
What's the youngest patient that you've operated on?
The youngest patient I've done vaginoplasty on is age 16.
Do you worry that minors just don't understand enough about themselves? They're not neurologically developed enough yet to make permanent life-altering decisions?
Absolutely not.